Thank you, Kara. Now, a deal on the nation's debt limit could happen by the end of the week. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy says he's now optimistic after an agreement to change the negotiation process. Fox News' Doug Luzader is now following the latest developments.
President Biden is leaving for Japan later today, but he's having to cut that trip short to return to Washington. There may be optimism, but they're not there yet.
Get a good picture of all of us. We're having a wonderful time.
Well, they didn't exactly look like they were having a wonderful time, but the president did meet with congressional leaders who walked out of that meeting with at least hints of optimism.
So just finished our meeting with the president. I did think this one was a little more productive.
Default is a disaster. Full stop. And everyone understood that in the room.
And President Biden saw signs of progress, too, to reach an agreement to raise the nation's debt ceiling with a possible crisis just 2 weeks away. And he will still travel to Japan today for a scheduled G7 meeting.
However, I'm cutting my trip short. I'm postponing the Australia portion of the trip and my stop in Papua New Guinea in order to be back for the final negotiations with congressional leaders.
With the federal debt exploding over the past 3 years or so, Republicans are eyeing cuts to bring down the deficit, including clawing back unused COVID funds. President Biden wants tax hikes, but he suggested he was open to new work requirements for food stamp and welfare programs, which infuriated progressive Democrats. And he announced a new team at the White House to spearhead the talks.
Well, I found that to be productive personally, but we've got a lot of work to do in a short amount of time.
And the speaker also said a deal is possible by the end of the week, but even that will be cutting it close. In Washington, Doug Luzader, Fox News.